Hey everyone, Greg here again with another little book update for you guys. Just a reminder, these little book reviews are designed to be 3 to 5 minutes long. They're just to kind of give you an idea of what a book's main topic is about, where it goes, and primarily who would benefit most about it. So it's not a review or critique on the author or the content. It's really just a matter of if you're walking in similar footsteps in ministry, or if you just love books, or you want to be a missionary, we want to be able to resource you with the best material for your interests. So today I'm talking about Roaring Lambs. This is a bit of an older book by Bob Reiner. 1993, I think, is when it was published, but my goodness, the content is pretty top notch. So if you're someone who is looking at how do you walk out your Christian faith in various domains, whether you follow kind of the mountaintops or domains or however you look at it, this book, Roaring Lambs, is actually a really good one to read. It doesn't go really into school, military. It does cover universities, but not in the way you might be thinking. So what's fascinating about this one is written in 1993, before the onset of mass media and Facebook and all these other media devices. There were some really hard things he was saying and saw coming that I think the church missed. And so this is a great resource to kind of recoup some of those things. I'm going to warn you, he goes after writers quite a bit, and justly so, because what a lot of us don't think about is that if you're thinking about movies or TV shows, these things start with good, godly writers. So it's really easy to be critical of the lack of godly television or godly movies, but the reality is it's a lack of good moral writers who are writing in those secular spaces to bring them to the big screens or to your TVs or Netflix or whatever. So I would highly recommend this to anyone who's really, really is going into the domains. Maybe you're not called to vocational ministry per se as a worship leader or a lead pastor, but someone who is wondering how to flesh out your faith. He goes for it in this, straight up telling people like, hey, if we're not actually being salt in our environment, if we're not being actual salt and slowing down the perversion of culture, like if culture is creeping in more than we are being salt to it, essentially you're salt in the salt shaker, and that's a useless form of Christianity, right? And that's a tough thing to say, but man, he really goes for it. And this is someone who sits in prominence. He's been invited to some really amazing things because of his good moral position, a biblical worldview in the context of secular spaces. So be encouraged by this book. Definitely pick one up. You could probably find, I would imagine that there's probably like a rework of this, like an updated one where maybe he adds a little bit more for, the post 2000s, but I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, Roaring Lambs, definitely check it out. Great resource. If you are a writer, I challenge you to read this, because he's really, really going to challenge you in some really critical points for how to use your gift outside of the church. Essentially saying that a lot of church people write for church people. And this provides a really good resource and good challenge and meditation points to go after something bigger. Pick up a copy. If you like it, let us know. If you don't, then it's not my problem. So, because I didn't write it. So anyway, peace out. Hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.